We have officially made it past Quitter's Day. If you haven't heard of Quitter's Day, is the second Friday of January. But if you're here listening to this podcast, you are most definitely not a quitter. So today I'm going to break down exactly how to set goals and actionable steps to conquer 2026. So keep on listening. Welcome to The Rebel Show, the podcast for estheticians who want to grow their business, master social media, and perfect their waxing technique. I'm Bree Mesquit, esthetician, business coach, and founder of Rebel Wax and First to Market Wax Pads. I built a 6-figure clientele, a 7-figure brand, and have trained over 15,000 waxers through my in-person and online courses. Are you struggling to book clients or market yourself? You're in the right place. Each week, I bring real business strategies, waxing education, and no BS advice to help you grow. Let's get into it. Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to set goals, and this is exactly how I personally set my goals as well for my business, personally, all of it. So first things first, you need to reflect back. So I want you guys to map out 2 hours. I personally did this exercise about 2 weeks ago, and I want to share it with you guys because it's already been so incredibly impactful. If you have some big goals this year, then definitely keep listening. Grab a pen and paper. If you're listening to this in the car, save this episode. You're going to want to come back. First step. I want you to block out 2 hours to really work through this. Go to a coffee shop, change your environment, okay? That's the biggest thing, is changing up your environment. Personally, I'm usually here working in my office, so I did this at home in my bed. I know that sounds crazy, but it's a different environment for me than my norm, and I was really able to get hyper focused on just this one task rather than all the distractions I normally have here at work. First step is that block out time, okay? To give yourself 2 hours. Then you're going to spend the first maybe 20 minutes reflecting back on 2025. I want you to ask yourself, what worked? What did not work? You just need to brainstorm on those two things. Now, going forward, I am being super disciplined and starting to track my wins, and I don't like to call them failures, but we'll say lessons. I created a Google Doc called 2026 Wins and Lessons, and each month has its own little tab. And as things come up and as I accomplish, maybe hit new goals, accomplish something new, or learn lessons from something, I'm starting to document it because I had a really hard time in this reflection portion, remembering everything from the previous year. I'm one that I'm really like, whatever it is I'm focused on in that moment, that's all that exists in my world. So I had a hard time on the reflection. So I'm trying to set myself up for success for 2027 when I have to reflect on 2026. So that's step one. Then I want you to come up with your North Star goal. What is that? But we need to get specific. When setting goals, specificity, is that a word? That was a big one. Oh, I just went to a mastermind this past weekend and there were some amazing entrepreneurs in the room. I'm just like, how did I end up here? This is amazing. Win for 2026. I definitely put that on my thing. But I feel extra smart. I feel like I picked up some words. Big North Star, get specific. I will give you an example. I want to lose weight, okay? How much weight? Or even better yet, what body fat percentage are you going for? Like, get very specific on this, okay? I need you guys to get specific with your goals. If it's for business, a revenue goal or a certain amount of new clients obtained, a percentage for your retention rate, you need to be specific. It cannot be broad, I want to grow my business. It cannot be broad, I want to lose weight. That's step number one. Quick interruption to the show. And yes, this is an ad, but wait, before you skip, I actually have a free gift for you. So if you're frustrated with your current wax or you're just looking to try something new, keep on listening. I'm giving new customers the chance to try Rebel Wax for free so you could test in your treatment room before committing to a full-size bag. Instead of wasting money guessing which formula might work, you can test out 2 formulas and see which one is best for you. You can claim 2 free sample bags choosing from 3 different formulas: gel, hybrid 50-50, my personal favorite, or cream. If you are a licensed esthetician or a waxer and you've been looking to find your perfect formula, this deal's for you. To claim this deal, you'll visit lashandwaxoc.com, type in samples in the search bar, and then go ahead and choose the 2 bags you would like to claim. Add them to your cart, and at checkout, go ahead and use the code TRYREBEL. This offer is for licensed estheticians and students and is limited to 1 claim per customer, so everyone gets the chance to try. Head over to lashandwaxoc.com, claim your free gift. I hope you love it. I think you will. Now back back to the show. Once you have your big North Star goal, what we are going to do is start working backwards from that, creating what we call process goals. Process goals are actionable steps that you take on a regular basis that make it more likely that you will actually hit that big North Star goal. Another thing I learned at this mastermind that I really liked, to be successful, you have to be a little bit delusional. And I think looking back, especially at old videos of me talking about these big dreams and stuff I have that have now, some of them have become reality. It's absolutely insane to look back on that. Looking at the me back then and where I was in the situation I definitely was a little delusional. Let me give you an example. This is an extreme example. Elon Musk. He has a delusional goal. He wants to colonize Mars. Okay, that's pretty freaking delusional. I don't know. He might actually accomplish this. But you do want to be a little bit delusional in your goals, okay? That's one thing to keep in mind. Don't shoot. What's that saying? Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you land among the stars. Like, some of my goals, I did not hit them, but I'm a whole heck of a lot closer and further along than I was when I originally set them. All right, so North Star, process goals. What is a process goal? Let me give you an example. If I get specific with my goal, I would like to lose 75 pounds, which is something that I have accomplished over the past 3 years. I want to lose 75 pounds. What are the processes? What are the actions that I need to take on a daily basis to make it more likely to actually hit that goal? Meal prepping. What day are you going to meal prep? Or 2 days for us, it was Wednesday and Sunday. Tracking macros, I specifically tracked protein and focused on that first. Once I hit a plateau, then it was time to really pay attention to fat and carbs as well. Started with tracking protein, making sure I was hitting protein. Weight lift 3 times a week. Cardio 2 times a week, but then get specific. What weight training program are you going to be following? What is your cardio routine? Which days are you going to do your cardio? How long? Which equipment are you going to do? Setting up these process goals, then you are just focusing no longer on the big goal. When we are just so hyper focused on the big goal, we constantly feel like we're failing and too far away from it, that it doesn't feel within touch and that it can actually become our reality. So yes, you want to know it, you want to have it in the back of your mind, but on a daily basis, you are focusing on making sure you're staying disciplined and consistent with these process goals. Do the same thing if you have a business goal, okay? That's just the easiest example I can give. Another thing that's really beneficial to doing is talk to ChatGPT and tell them what your North Star goal is. Say, okay, let me give an example. I want to be bringing in 6 figures a year as a solo esthetician, working 4 days a week, taking clients, hit X number amount of followers on Instagram, and I would like to be at my goal weight of XYZ and in peak health. The life you want to live, talk that into ChatGPT, and then use this prompt. Give me a day in the life scenario of this future me. When you start reading through that prompt, you'll start crying. It's so cool to see that kind of come to life. And it's really, you guys know I hate this word, but it is very motivating. We focus on discipline, not motivation. Side note, it is very motivating. It's very cool to kind of see it somewhat come into reality. It's touching your dreams a bit, which is another thing I want to talk to you guys about, probably in another episode. But all right, so we got through reflection, North Star, process goals. So I want you to repeat these steps for each area of your life. You may want to have, or really it's suggestion, to have a goal for your business, okay? Personally, and then I would separate out health. So like personally for me, my goal this year is to make more one-on-one time with each kid and to have really designated family time and prioritize that into our schedule first, and then book everything else around that. So that's an example of a personal life goal. Business goal, we have a certain revenue marker in mind and a few things we would like to launch, so stay tuned. That's one of our goals, and we've created processes to help obtain that goal. And then health-wise, I'm no longer focused on my weight, but just optimizing in total. So more energy, more focus, cognitive function, becoming a better communicator is one of my big goals for this year. So now I have processes that I'm implementing on a daily basis in order to make it more plausible that I'm going to reach that. Also, when creating these goals and setting these goals, you need to ask yourself why. Why for the goal? Because sometimes there have been goals I've made in the past that the why just wasn't strong. It wasn't, you need to have good goals. I know that sounds kind of weird, but you do. You want to have goals. For example, a lot of times with coaching clients, when I first onboard them, they say they want to grow an Instagram following. They want to have 10,000 followers, maybe 100,000 followers. It's like, okay, that's great. I can get behind this. What's the reason why? And one girl in particular was just saying, just to grow. I'm like, but grow how? In follower count? Yeah. I'm like, okay, but what would you like the results of having that follower count be? And she could not answer that question. Now, if you came to me and you said, I want to grow my Instagram in order to convert more locals into paying clients of mine, okay, that is a really solid why. That makes sense. That's going to help you specify the processes that you need to do on a daily basis. First, to grow that Instagram following, and secondly, to grow the right following so that you are directly monetizing that following. That's what I mean by you want to make sure you have good goals with a good solid reason why behind them. We don't always want to shoot for what can be called vanity metrics. In certain realms, a broader audience is very helpful. I think at the point that I'm at now, I am definitely trying to reach a broader audience. So higher following count, because we've already nailed down how to attract our ideal audience. So that's not an issue for us anymore. Now we just want to go a little bit broader, but you really want to go deep before you go wide. I hear often, I want to grow my following, but you could be growing it with the wrong people who are not going to convert into paying clients or paying customers for you. So there's a time and place to have certain goals based on really what your overall goal, I'm using the word goal a lot. We're talking all about goals today, guys, what your overarching North Star goal is. Lastly, and this is it, and then you guys are ready to go. You want to focus on progress over perfection. You're not going to be doing everything perfectly. The first time you fall, I should say, it's all about how quickly you get back up. If you miss the gym, that's fine. Don't make that an excuse. Oh, I missed Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'm just going to wait till next Monday. Nope. You're going to get right back to it on Thursday. Oh, I missed meal prepping for a week. That's fine. Make healthy choices when you go out to eat. Stop by a Whole Foods and go to their hot meal and ready meals. That's fine. Get back on it on Sunday, your next meal prep day, or get on it the next day. So what? You didn't meal prep Wednesday. You can meal prep Thursday. Do not allow it to continue to leak. Focus on progress over perfection. Do not let that you failed make you just completely quit. That is the biggest thing. And that is why I finally saw transformation with my weight loss. I've yo-yo dieted for so long. I've lost weight, gained it all back, but I finally am down over 75 pounds now. If you guys want to see exactly how I did it, go ahead and watch this video. And if your goal is not weight loss, but to build a fully booked clientele, go ahead and check out this video. And if you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and head to episode 84 for my weight loss transformation and 78 to build a fully booked clientele. I'll see you guys over there.